Hello and welcome back to the Amateur Entrepreneur. This is your host Amit Sharma and it's 4:30 in the morning and I have started reading the 10th chapter of the book named as The Story of My Experiments with Truth. It's an autobiography by Mahatma Gandhi and to be clear with you guys, I'm reading this book and recording this at the same time is because I have some flaws and I want to improve those flaws. Like my pronunciation is not really good, and if I talk about my vocabulary, then it's it's bad. It's really bad. So I want to improve that also, and in order to improve my accent, I won't say it accent, or I must say it as the way of talking fluently and without uh, any efforts. And without any efforts, I must be able to express my thoughts clearly. So, for that purpose, I am reading this book and recording it at the same time so I can talk with this camera, you could say, and work on my communication skills. So, this is what this video and this series is all about. So, let's start. And to be really fair with you guys, I almost forgot the new words which I learned from the previous 9 chapters because I failed to continue reading the book on the daily basis, but I'm starting it again. So let's see how things goes. So yeah, let's start reading the 10th chapter of the book, and the 10th chapter is named as the glimpses of religion. So let's start reading. From my 6th or 7th year up to my 16th, I was at a school being taught all sort of things except religion. I may say that I failed to get from teachers what they could have given me without any efforts on their part. And yet I kept on picking up things here and there from my surroundings. The term religion I am using it its broadest sense, meaning thereby self realization or knowledge of self. Okay. Okay, I think this is an important part. I think I must underline that. Term religion means self realization or knowledge of self. Okay. Being born in the Vaishnava faith, I had often to go to the Haveli, but it never appealed to me. I did not like its glitter and pomp. Also, I heard rumors of immorality being practiced there and lost all interest in it. Hence, I could gain nothing from Haveli. But what I failed to get there, I obtained from my nurse, an old servant of the family, whose affection for me I still recall. I have said before that there was in me a fear of ghosts and spirits. Ramba, for that was her name, suggested as a remedy for this fear the repetition of Ram Nam. I had more faith in her than in her remedy, and so at a tender age I began repeating Ram Nam to cure my fear of ghosts and spirits. This was, of course, short lived, but the good seed sown in childhood was not sown in vain. I think it is due to the seed sown by that good woman Ramba that today Ram Nam is an infallible remedy for me. Okay. Just about this time, a cousin of mine who was a devotee of the Ramayana arranged for my second brother and me to learn Ram Raksha. We got it by heart and made it a rule to recite it every morning after the bath. The practice was kept up as long as we were in Porbandar. As soon as we reached Rajkot, it was forgotten. For I had not much belief in it, I recited it partly because of my pride in being able to recite Ram Daksha with correct pronunciation. What, however, left a deep impression on me was the reading of Ramayana before my father. During part of his illness, my father was in Porbandar. There, every evening, he used to listen to the Ramayana. The reader was a great devotee of Ram, Ladha Maharaj of Bileshwar. It was said of him that he cured himself of his leprosy not by any medicine but by applying to the affected parts bilwa leaves which had been cast away after being offered to the image of Mahadev in Bileshwar temple, and by the regular repetition of Ram Nam, his faith, it was said, had made him whole. This may or may not be true. We at any rate believe this story, and it is a fact that when Ladha Maharaj began his reading of the Ramayana, his body was entirely free from leprosy. He said he had a melodious voice. He would sing the dohas and chopais and explain them. Okay, so there are two new verse couplets and quatrains. So I must write them down. Words from chapter 10. Glimpses of religions. First one is couplets. Then we have quatrains. Losing himself in a discourse and carrying his listeners along with them. Okay, this discourse, I'm not really familiar with this word, so I must write that down too. So I think I can use that in my daily life. I must have been 13 at the time, but I quite remember being enraptured by his reading. That enraptured, another word. That laid the foundation of my deep devotion to the Ramayana. Today, I regard the Ramayana of Tulsidas as the greatest book in all devotional literature. A few months after this, we came to Rajkot. There was no Ramayana reading there. The Bhagavad, however, used to be read on every Ekadashi day. Sometimes I attended the reading, but the reciter was uninspiring. Today, I see that Bhagavad is a book which can evoke religious fervor. New word. I'm still not able to pronounce this one. Fervor. I have read it in Gujarati with intense interest, but when I heard portions of the original read by Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya during my 21 days fast, I wished I had heard it in my childhood from such a devotee as he is, so that I could have formed a liking for it at an early age. Impressions formed at the age strike roots deep down into one's nature, and it is my perpetual regret that I was not fortunate enough to hear more good books of this kind read during that period. Perpetual. New word which I'm not really familiar with. In Rajkot, however, I got an early grounding in toleration for all branches of Hindus and sister religions. For my father and mother would visit the Haveli as also Shiva's and Ram's temple and would take or send us youngsters there. Jain monks also would pay frequent visit to my father and would even go out of their way to accept food from us non-Jains. They would have talks with my father on subject religious and mundane. Mundane. What's that? Mundane. I don't know. Let's write it down. Mundane. Ha! He had besides Musliman and Parsi friends who would talk to him about their own faiths, and he would listen to them always with respect and often with interest. Being his nurse, I often had a chance to be present at these talks. These many things combined to inculcate in me a toleration for all faith. Only Christianity was at the time an exception. Yeah, exception. I developed a sort of dislike for it, and for a reason. In those days, Christian missionaries used to stand in a corner at near the high school and hold forth, pouring abuse on Hindus and their gods. I could not endure this. I must have stood there to hear them once only, but that was enough to dissuade me. Dissuade, new word. Dissuade me from repeating the experiment. About the same time, I heard of a well known Hindu having been converted to Christianity. It was the talk of the town that when he was baptized, he had to eat beef and drink liquor, that he also had to change his clothes, and that thenceforth he began to go about in European costume, including a hat. These things got on my nerves. Surely, thought I, a religion that compelled one to eat beef, drink liquor, and change one's own clothes did not deserve the name. I also heard that the new convert had already begun abusing the religions of his ancestors, their customs, and their country. All these things created in me a dislike for Christianity. But the fact that I had learned to be tolerant to other religions did not mean that I had any living faith in God. I happened about this time to come across Manusmriti, which was amongst my father's collection. The story of the creation and similar thing in it did not impress me very much, but on the contrary, made me incline somewhat towards atheism. Okay. There was a cousin of mine still alive for whose intellect I had great regard to him. There was a cousin of mine still alive for whose intellect I had great regard. To him I turned with my doubts, but he could not resolve them. He sent me away with this answer: when you grow up, you will be able to solve these doubts yourself. These questions ought not to be raised at your age. I was silenced but was not comforted. Chapters about diet and the like in Manusmriti seem to me to run contrary to daily practice. To my doubt as to this also, I got the same answer. With intellect more developed and with more reading, I shall understand it better, I said to myself. Manusmriti at any rate did not then teach me ahimsa. I have told the story of my meat eating. Manusmriti seemed to support it. I also felt that it was quite moral to kill serpent, bugs, and the like. I remembered to have killed at that age bugs and such other insects, regarding it as a duty. But one thing took deep root in me: the conviction that morality is the basis of things, and that truth is the substance of all morality. Truth became my sole objective, it became to grow it in magnitude every day, and my definition for it also has been ever widening. A Gujarati didactic stanza. Didactic. Never heard that word. Didactic stanza. Like was gripped my mind and heart. It's percept written good for evil. Percept. It could be the short form with the perception. Written good for evil became my guiding principle. It became such a passion with me that I began numerous experiments in it. Here are those for me wonderful lines. For a bowl of water, give a golden meal. For a kindly greeting, bow thou down with zeal. For a simple penny, pay thou back with gold. If the life be rescued, life do not withhold. Thus the words and actions of the wise regards every little service tenfold the reward, but the truly noble know all men as one and return with gladness good for evil none. Yeah, so 10th chapter is completed, named as Glimpses of Religion. So let me summarize the 10th chapter, which is really a tough part. After reading a chapter, you need to summarize that what you got. And to be really fair, I forgot what I read, but let's try to recollect that. And if what Gandhiji want to tell is that he what he wanted to tell, yeah, he failed to learn about his own religion from school. Instead, he learned about his religion from surroundings. And according to Gandhi, the religion is all about knowing the self. It's not about demoralizing or demotivating others about their religion. Religion is all about knowing your own self, according to the Gandhi. And then he mentioned that what he mentioned. Um, that his teacher, nah, not his teacher. Yeah, what he mentioned. Um, First, he said the meaning of religion, then he shared the stories of the how he started the Ramnam. Like he was not interested in the Ramnam, but the maid named is Rambha, uh, who also knew about Gandhi's fear about the ghosts, said that in order to cure that fear of ghosts, he should recite Ramnam. So instead, he didn't believe in Ramnam, but he believed in Rama. So he started doing that, and along with that. He also came through the Ram Raksha, which he and his cousin usually, after bath, recite the Ram Kavach or Ram Raksha on daily basis, and I think Gandhi completed it every time with correct pronunciation, and after that, he came to read about the Ramayana, not by all himself, but I think by someone who came to his family in order to recite the Ramayana for them. So he came to learn about the Ramayana at that age, and then he talks about his father uh, interactions with other people of other religions, other sister religions, and they were all good. They were all good. They talk about their own religion, their own faith, their own self discoveries. But there was in one exception, which was Christianity, because at that time um, Christianity was really rude. They what do you call those? The fathers, those who convert people to Christianity, they stand besides the high school, and they they try to humiliate the Hindu gods. So it really had a bad impression on Gandhi's mind about the Christianity, and it was an exemption for his father also, because Christian were new in this country, I think, as a religion. So it was sort of new to them, and yeah, that was all about his father, and then. He said what he also read the book Manusmriti, which was at his father's collection, and while reading the while or after reading the Manusmriti, yeah, Manusmriti. After reading the Manusmriti, it made him to not believe in God, or like believe in the practical things. So at his he became atheist, atheist. Yeah. So that Manusmriti made him like Manusmriti is like a book which is a book which have some laws about the Manu means a person. So it was a bad experience, I could say. Then he also came across with the Bhagavad Gita also, and which is a really good book. And yeah, that's it, I think. And if I talk about the ending, then he mentioned that he used to question. He had curiosity to understand things better, so he usually have questions, and he used to ask them to his brother, cousin brother, and the response he usually get is like, "You are not elder, you are not elder, or you are not uh, like you are too young in order to ask these questions, or in order to understand the concept better. So you can understand that once you grow." Yeah. So these were the answer that he received from his uh, cousin, for his curiosity of understanding the religion, which didn't help him too much. And yeah, it's all about. Then he have a stanza from Gujarati. I think Gujarati. It's an uh, I don't know what it is, but it has few lines like, if somebody is asking for a bowl, give them a happy meal, and it's all about helping others. Um, so yeah, that was the 10th chapter, and I know I'm really bad at recollecting the 10th chapter, because it's really tough for you. You can try it by yourself. It's really tough to summarize something which you have just read, but if you do that, it's gonna improve your. It's sort of exercise. It's sort of mental exercise. So it's definitely gonna improve your thought powers. So yeah, I'm trying. It's gonna take time. Big things takes time, and yeah, that's it for today, guys. That was the end of the 10th chapter named as Glimpses of Religion. And if I talk about chapter, I got the 10 new words from this chapter, and I will try to memorize them because from the previous 9 chapters, I almost forgot those new words, but I will recollect those too. And few of them I still remember, but most of them I almost forgot. So I won't repeat the same mistake, but time space none. I could repeat the same mistake again. There's no guarantee for that. It's all depend on the situation. So let's end this video and see you tomorrow with the next chapter of the book named as The Story of My Experiments with Truth. And work on myself, improve myself, and at the same time you can improve yourself if you can relate with me. So the chapter 11 is the preparation of England. We are going to read the chapter tomorrow. So yeah, let's end this video. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Till then, tada, bye bye, and thank you. Bye.